Chasing all this paper chasing, I'ma work for months. All this money making, fucking on you later while you masturbating. Me and David East finna rule a nation. Money smile like a Richard Porter. Uncle used to pitch the water, gotta meet his quota. I was younger.
Hey yo, you know who it is. Greetings and salutations. It's your boy cjaction.
G Money in the house, good people.
Welcome to the cjaction show. Now today's show, we have some important things to talk about, but it's something we have to address.
It's a must.
G Money and I. You know, we do a production meeting before we have these podcasts. And we're scrolling through trying to see what the news is. Now, this news may be dated, but it's still relevant because people are still talking about it. It's the DJ Envy walkout on his guest, Desus
and Mero.
They have a show on Viceland TV.
They have a podcast.
You know, they have a podcast, and they were invited on The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Right.
I love The Breakfast Club. I really do. Yeah. They have some good people in there. A lot of important topics.
Can you give them the backstory on?
But here's the backstory. I think about 2 years ago, DJ Envy had cheated on his wife. Mm-hmm. And he decided to go on The Real. With him and his wife.
Right.
And to talk about his infidelity.
Right. That's the show that with the girl from Sister.
Right.
TM tomorrow.
The twin.
One of
right.
them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
And on the show, he talked about how he was two people. He was
he was DJ Envy in the streets.
Right. And then he was the family man and the husband when he was home.
Right.
And Mero and Desus were having this particular.
They do a critique of TV shows.
I'm assuming they're friends with Envy.
Yeah, they're friends, but they do like silly humor. So they did an episode where they critiqued him being on The Real.
Why were you on this show, DJ Envy? In other words, they felt nothing positive could come out of him being the only man on this show.
But four female
plus Envy's wife.
Plus Envy's wife. He was dead in the water already.
So what happened was, DJ Envy went on to say, the wife said she knew her husband, but she didn't know DJ Envy. Mm-hmm. And Desus from the Desus and Mero podcast went on to say, but I bet you she knew those DJ Envy checks.
Right, which is true. Means that she has gotten used to his ability to be the top earner.
A provider. Yeah.
There's nothing derogatory about it.
Right. I didn't think so. So where all this leads to is Mero and Desus was invited on The Breakfast Club.
Right.
And DJ Envy, he normally gives a nice introduction, a special introduction for his guests. But he went on to say, this is DJ Envy, and I have Dickhead and Pussy on the show.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got two guests in the building.
Why you ain't say special guests, man?
We got Dickhead and Pussy. Let's
Very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. And, it was just as a man talking to so-called friends.
Your friends, your boys.
Right. That was his boys. So DJ Envy went on to say to Mero and Desus, you owe me and my wife an apology for the disrespectful words that y'all said on your podcast about my wife.
So these guys said that they didn't recall they filmed 4 shows a week.
4 shows a week.
So they asked, Envy to remind them by playing the tape.
Play it back.
Envy played the tape, and here's what he said.
I was Rashawn at home, but in the streets I was DJ Envy. So it was two different people. And
I didn't know DJ Envy.
Right. And it was a situation.
Well, you know them DJ Envy checks though. What? I don't know.
Now, was that offensive to you all? It wasn't offensive to me. It wasn't offensive to G Money, but
I would have took it as a joke. But I think what happened was, I think DJ's Envy wife put that pressure on his neck.
Because that motherfucker was already.
And DJ Envy talked about how his boys disrespected his wife, but you showed the ultimate disrespect with your infidelity.
Right. So words as opposed to your actions.
Actions is tenfold.
Come on.
Your actions is tenfold as far as what these guys say.
As a man and as a public figure, you open yourself up to criticism when you have fame and fortune.
And you know what's so crazy? For a show, The Breakfast Club, who is criticized so much for their dialogue and opinions of others, I found it very hypocritical, the way DJ Envy handled this situation.
Well, it was like ambush media.
Ambush media.
Now, if these guys were friends, Envy could have called Desus
Mero.
He has a number. He could have called him, hey, I didn't like what you said, whatever. But as a man, you were supposed to be able to take criticism, and that wasn't that much of a critique of your wife or your wife. They didn't say she was a gold digger. They didn't say she was a whore.
Bitch.
Come on, let that go.
All they said was, I know you know those DJ Envy checks, which is really a compliment to Envy.
G Money, what was the ultimate bitch move?
Yo, you know what? Real talk, man. In this day and age when light-skinned brothers is trying to make a comeback.
This man is speaking from experience.
Light-skinned brothers is trying to make a comeback in this dark-skinned world. You got goddamn Wesley Snipes, then you got Jasmine Bozewick.
You got cjaction.
You got cjaction.
Fuck out of here.
All these dark-skinned brothers is making moves, walking around with 20-inch guns. And me being a light-skinned brother, I don't really consider myself being light-skinned, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
People say I'm light-skinned, I take it with stride.
Right.
I have a sense of humor.
Right.
There's a new terminology whenever you're acting like a bitch or you're doing a bitch move, they say, yo, you acting real light-skinned right now. Right. That's not something I use. I don't play tribalism, but this is the words out on the streets, right? And we trying to, have our podcast for everyone. So the people on the streets understand that terminology when I say DJ Envy was acting so fucking light-skinned. It was disgusting. That was the most light-skinned move I ever seen a light-skinned brother make. It was worse than when Christopher Williams was on goddamn New Jack City,
right.
And the old man pointed the gun at Christopher Williams. It was more light-skinned than that.
Right.
It was more light-skinned than that, man.
You's the fool, old man.
That's it. Everything you tried on, man, don't even think about it.
And if you're going to do that ambush type journalism, bring those guys up to you, the guys apologize to DJ Envy. Now me, I just said, fuck you, DJ Envy.
This is what happened.
Fuck out of here.
DJ Envy asked for an apology. They said, you know what, Envy, we apologize.
Envy checks though. That's a little disrespectful, brother.
That was a joke, Envy.
I don't
For
play
real?
that joke when you talk about my wife.
All right, I apologize then. I apologize. You know what? I low-key was disappointed because I was like, I thought we was cool. I thought we was on some Hollywood boy shit, but I guess that's where we at.
As far as I'm concerned,
They have nothing to apologize for.
although they didn't. But I guess as friends of Envy, they wanted to show him some respect.
Yeah, but you're not gonna front me on your show.
Millions of viewers now.
You could have called me.
Right.
You could say,
Millions
hey
of
man,
viewers.
look, I felt uncomfortable. I didn't like
Right.
what you said. I felt disrespected. You're gonna call me up to your show and I think everything is good and you're gonna try to ambush me? Fuck you.
Right. Absolutely. But the bitch move that made him do this light-skin shit is he walked off his own show.
I've to paint with black women for a long time.
Here we go again. But it's you.
Wow.
He said, I'm out of here.
Out of here.
How are you gonna walk up your own show?
That's your house.
Those guys have already apologized, which means you got them right there. You already got them.
Brother.
That was a joke, Envy.
I don't
For
play
real?
that joke when you talk about my wife.
All right, I apologize then.
Or if you felt that angry and you all in your feelings and shit, you should have told them, all right, guys, that's it. I want you to leave.
That's it.
Make them leave your show. You don't walk
That's
off
it.
your own show.
How you gonna walk off your own show?
And then when he walked off the show, Charlamagne the God
Charlamagne.
and Angela Yee.
Charlamagne clowned him.
Put the
camera on Envy's empty seat. Put the camera on Envy's empty seat.
Please put the camera on Envy's chair right now.
And then Desus was like, yo, film me in Envy's seat.
Right.
I'm gonna get an Envy chair.
Right.
And Angela was like, no, don't do that.
Although Angela was instigating this shit.
She was instigating this shit.
She need to shut the fuck up too.
But even Charlamagne knew Envy was acting real light-skinned that day. And it was
He was acting light skinned, but as the interview went on, they had a good time. It was a good interview after that. Angela Yee kept coming back.
And he said for the fifth time, Angela.
Fanning the flame. Come on, Angela, let that shit
she kept
go.
fanning the flames.
I know you're doing that because it keeps viewers interested and it keeps the
ratings
shit going on.
the ratings
But fuck
high.
that. Then after that, Our beef is not just with DJ Envy and the Breakfast Club.
Let's make that clear. DJ Envy was wrong in how he treated those brothers, and he was definitely wrong walking off his own show. But here's our problem with Mero and Desus.
Now, Mero and Desus
kick it, Big Money.
On their own podcast, then they got on there and they did a review of that show showing how they felt disrespected. And then, what's his motherfucking name?
Mero.
Mero and Desus are going to talk about how they would have put hands on Envy. Motherfucker, you should have done it then. Don't talk shit when you get back into the confines of your own podcast, your own safety of your own studio, and then talk shit.
Yeah, they were talking very greasy.
Wow.
See, though, those 3 claps is that I'm about to snuff this nigga.
All right, let's hear the clip. Hold on, I'm talking since 15.
I'm talking.
I'm talking. That's what
I'm talking.
That's what you do, my nigga.
Right, the brand's 100. Check the stats, nigga.
Don't play with me, nigga.
Come on.
Very greasy.
Envy fronted you right there. You should have spoke up right then. Fuck
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Ain't apologize for shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You want to go outside, throw some hands, let's throw some motherfucking hands there.
Absolutely.
But don't get back to the safety of your own studio and then, oh man, my man Mero was going to do something.
Yeah, this is when you was getting ready to say, this is when you was getting ready to slap the shit out of Envy.
Fuck out of here.
This is when you was getting ready. Yeah, it was cheesy. It was cheesy on their part to come back and say the things that they was not going to do on the Breakfast Club.
Right. Because they apologized like 100 times.
They did.
On the show.
They did.
Which I didn't think they needed to do, but once they did that, don't do that and then try to recant that on your show and act like you're a tough guy.
Right, because you guys, when y'all was on the Breakfast Club and Envy stepped to y'all were very humble
Look.
and apologetic.
The tail was beneath you.
Yes.
And now I understand. You telling us do not joke. You will not hear no more jokes about your family, about your kids, about you, or nothing.
I talk about Charlamagne. I talk about y'all. I talk about you. But I'll never bring it to your wife and kids regardless.
Okay, cool. You've established that. We understand. We're claro. Boom.
Everything good?
Everything's good.
In between your legs.
Very humble and very apologetic, but when you get on your own podcast, y'all beating your chest like some black gorilla family. You know the black they run prisons out in I was
I don't want to know why you know that shit. But anyway, it's a good analogy. Listen. I'm from the suburbs. I don't know this motherfucker talking about Jamaica Queens motherfucker.
God.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But our thing is, if you're gonna do that, go ahead and follow whatever pattern you set. You had a pattern of humility. You had a pattern of being apologetic. Go on and do that. Envy walked off the show. Whatever. You all had a good interview with Angela Yee, with Charlamagne, and that's the end of it. Don't go back on your show.
No.
And start talking shit.
No. Whatever you had to express on your show, you should have let Envy know before he walked out on his own show.
It was just as much of a bitch move to go back on your show and talk shit as it was for Envy to ambush you, call you out, call you pussy,
and then walk off his own
his
show.
Come on.
You think Oprah gonna walk off her show because some guests don't see eye to eye with her?
Come on.
No, you're gonna walk off my show. You're gonna do what Birdman did. You're gonna say what you gotta say.
And listen, they didn't say shit to Bird.
When Dame Dash,
the three of y'all. They didn't say shit to Birdman.
Keep my name out your mouth.
And they say shit to Rick Ross.
They ain't say nothing to Rick Ross.
Right.
They never say nothing when 50's on there.
Well, look. What you say when Dame Dash?
When Dame Dash was on there, call them
DJ
all workers.
Say you're
Your all worker bees.
What they say? Nothing.
Envy was like,
church mouth.
I own my company. I own my own company.
Right.
He wouldn't even look at Dame.
Right.
He wouldn't even look up.
Right. So come on now. Our whole thing is if you're going to be a man about it, be a man about it. If you're going to follow one course of action, see it through, and then go on. Just don't go back in your show talking stuff. It's normally we don't address stuff like this because it's really beneath us, but we had to do this because these are two entrepreneurial brothers.
Right. And let me say this. One of the most important things is we're not knocking Envy
No.
for defending his wife's honor. He should have did that. He really should have. I'm not knocking him for that.
It was the method.
It's how he went about it. If you're friends, he could have went on, called those brothers that night, said, yo, man, my wife is killing me because of you guys, man. Come on, man. Yo, I'm going to put her on the phone, man. Can y'all at least apologize to her?
His wife told me, you better address this on the air.
Or we going back to family court.
I'm taking everything.
And them 5 kids is going to get $20,000 apiece. And your ass going to be doing podcasts for the Salvation Army.
So that's all we're saying. Normally, like I said, we don't address stuff like this, but after we saw this, it was appalling to see.
It was disgusting, man. It was definitely disgusting, man. But good people, once again, DJ Envy, cut it out with that light skin shit. You're making us look bad, man. We trying to come back. We skating uphill. You're making us look bad, Envy. You're setting us back to the 80s, man. What was that movie with Wesley Snipes? What was the name of that movie again?
You talking about New Jack City?
New Jack City came out in what, the early 90s?
Early 90s.
You're setting us back to the 90s, brother. Cut it out, man. Come on, Envy. You have any problems, man? Confront it like a man. And rule number 1, you never walk off your own show, brother.
Never walk off your own show.
Hell nah, don't do it.
And Desus and Mero.
Brother, keep it 100. If you're going to be a gorilla in your podcast, be a gorilla everywhere you go.
Beast, beat your chest on Envy's show, not in the safety of your own show. Come on.
Absolutely, man. And once again, thank you for watching. Like,
subscribe,
and leave a comment for the CJ Action Show. It's going to be the #1 podcast. And once again, we are live, no teleprompter.
And it's your boy, the Black Gorilla.
And the light-skinned G Money. Peace.
Chasing all this paper chasing, I'ma work for months. All this money making, fucking on your lady while you masturbating. Me and David East finna rule a nation. Money smile like a Richard Porter. Uncle used to pitch the water, gotta meet his quota. I was younger, still in quarter waters.